Well, hello there, and welcome back to Minecraft, Sisyphus Edition. I am attempting to beat Minecraft on hardcore mode, despite not really knowing how to do that. Assessing the state of the farm. It looks awful. Oh my gosh. We've got a whole party. Did you just bring me kelp? Is that a thing? Okay, first of all, we've got a party going on over here. Second of all, it just was like, hey, you want some... Oh no. Oh no! So that was one of the more confusing interactions I've had with a video game, I think, ever. But we're gonna just move on. God, look at all that kelp. Look at all that kelp just ripe for the taking. Oh, okay, focus. Today's goals include establishing the fact that I do have authority. Because last time we were beset upon by haters and villains and one too many false eggs. So we're gonna get ourselves built up. I'm back, by the way. Your boy has returned. But we're gonna get strong. We're gonna get very strong, and we're gonna kick some ass. But first we sleep, because sleep is important. God, yeah. Imagine skipping sleep. What do we got cooking? We got dried kelp going. We got dried kelp going. We got dried kelp going. Wonderful. I think we could use some more smelters. I think I also want to build an auto smelter soon. I also am gonna go explore a smidge, but largely I want to get stuff. Like, I want to have supplies and start building out the base and have anything to come home to that's worthwhile. Let's bring some of these pickaxes. Let's just work through some of the garbage I've got in here. What do I have in here? Food. I got potatoes and raw cod. Let's cook pork chop where we had kelp. All right, I think I'm actually kind of good on kelp. That's not true at all. I'm nowhere near good on kelp, actually, now that I think about it. Copper's a thing that you can do stuff with now, right? Right? I need to start experimenting with things, because I'm pretty sure they made it so that copper has, copper gear now. Name tag. Perfect. We got to name our friend. I've been abandoned. I had a friend. I no longer have a friend. What happened? Friend was right here. Oh. We're racking up memorials very quickly. Storied history. But hey, look, we got pumpkins. That makes it better. Give me... I picked up an entire pumpkin. I thought that it gave you, slices. Or that's melons. It's melons that does that. Okay. But I can do this to get pumpkin seeds, and then I can expand my farm agriculture. Holy damn. Okay. I'm going to put away the rest of my pumpkin seeds. I'm going to make a box to have agriculture stuff near the farm, which is smart. I'm going to get rid of this memorial because it's so in the way. What happened? We'll do better here. Oh, there you go. Okay. Well, putting the name tag back for someone who won't leave me. God, my inventory is a disaster. Okay, I need wood. Where wood? How do I not have wood? The hell and also the fuck? Okay, well, we're gonna go fix that. Except I need more than this one wooden axe. But to do that, I would need supplies, which we've established I don't have. I have iron. We're good. We're just gonna get a lot of wood. And that's step one towards whatever the hell I was planning to do. I already forgot, but I know I need wood for whatever I wanted to do. So, gonna do it. Chicken. There do be chicken over there, but focus. Chicken is not wood. Y'all ever have one of those days where you just everything is a false start? Everything's just kind of a false start. I've done so many things that I intended to do today, and I didn't really make progress on any of them. You know what I mean? It's the kind of thing where some days my brain aligns perfectly with what I need to get done that day, and it's a good day. And then there are other days where it's I don't know what my brain wants to do today, and I've tried everything and nothing worked. But it's not I want to sit around and do nothing. I mean, I do. But I could be doing something. I just don't know what that thing is. So yeah, that's been today for me. But now I'm doing this, and this is working. It's working. Maybe this is what I needed to do. Maybe I just needed to do more Minecraft. I sure am collecting resources right now. Let me tell ya. Just really exciting gameplay. Let me look over the horizon a bit. I feel like I just am on this one little corner of my space. Get dead. And I don't know where anything actually is around me. I'm going to increase my render distance. I hope that doesn't negatively impact the gameplay recording. Ooh. Oh, wait. No, I knew there was a town over there. God damn it. I should get that thing that lets it, like, render an extraordinary distance. So you have, like, a vista and such. I don't know if that is a bad idea. It probably is a bad idea. In fact, I'm gonna reduce it. It probably is fine. Like, it probably is running fine. But I just don't want to find out after the fact that, like, the entire recording is now just like Stutterville. Welcome to Stutterville. Population the viewer. That's you. So I was supposed to be getting wood, just like real quick, and then running back to base. I got wood, and now I'm just kind of running in a direction, and I don't know what sparked this, but it is what's happening. Hi, animals. Ooh, flower. We can make everything beautiful. I was supposed to do a beautification effort, and I found flowers. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking for beautiful things to beautify the Fort Authority with. I need to make like a stadium. I need to have Fort Authority Stadium in a pretty desolate location. Usually there's more than one town. I would expect to see like a town maybe like around here-ish. Maybe there's some over here. Let's find out. I have one wool. This is a terrible idea. I'm going to go home. Let's not find out. I just want to explore is the thing. I just want to explore. And I know I'm going to have a chance to do that when it gets to like the go find the stronghold part of the sequence, which I've never done that. I've never actually discovered a stronghold. I might have like stumbled upon one, but I've certainly never sought it out using whatever method you're supposed to actually use, which I believe is throw a something of ender in the sky and follow it. We did good with wood. What did I need wood for? Box. I needed wood for box. I needed wood for a box so I could put seeds in the box. That's what this mission has been so far. We're doing good work today. Let's make a box. Here's a great story about boxes. I had a teacher in high school. I was taking like an elective class, and it was very much a class that like we had it as an elective, and like I guess my school wanted to have electives as a concept. It should not have been offered. The teacher didn't do a good job with it. I don't know. It was some like adjunct engineered. Point being, weird class. Took it on a whim. It was like engineering design, I believe is what it was called. And the guy who taught it, whenever he said the word box, which was a shocking frequency, he would go, Max. That's just like how he said box. He would be like talking normally, but whenever he said box, he'd be like, Max. Oh yeah, make sure to go put it in the box. He did this every single time, and the man said box like 87 times per class. So, pardon my vocal stim. Okay. Oh, perfect. We'll do beautification at night. Who cares if it's nighttime when we've got fireflies? Because they emit like one thing of light, right? Boop. Like just enough to not have bad guys spawn. This is going great. Oh, look at all the fireflies. Okay. Can you believe your eyes? Let's put down more leaf litter. This is Hey y'all, you can edit signs now. I didn't know that. Okay. Moving on. Does leaf litter do anything? Does it like impact sound? It'd be cool if it like crinkled when people walked over it as sort of like an early warning system. But I've got flowers. Flowers for the flutterflies. For the flutterflies. Oh my goodness. Yo, if I invented a bug, I would call it a flutterfly. And it would be the cutest thing ever made. I should be God. I would do a good job with it. Ooh, pork chops. But for now, I will settle with being the god of kelp. And do I have more iron to smelt? Do I have anything else worth smelting? If not, I should cook. Okay, I want to make a second bed so I can have a travel bed. I do want a travel crafting table. My inventory is a disaster. Just an abject disaster. Is that what we need to do? Do we need to finally do this? Do we need to... Okay, we're building a storage room. Here we go. Expanding the Fort Authority. Go ahead and make this official. Storage, 2 terabytes. Like a hard drive. No, I can't fit my parenthetical in there. Oh well. We've got 2 terabytes of storage. That's good. My pickaxe. This is long overdue, but at least I'll have actually like some organization, some like sense of direction. Maybe I won't feel so overwhelmed if I know that I can like go back to my base and find things and put things away in the right place. Maybe I'll just feel a smidge better, more confident with my movements. But for now, lots of coal hiding out right next to my base this whole time. Ooh, I should get a smelter going with cobblestone. Start making some normal stone. Make things look good. Because this is a disaster, and I do not want to fill it in with cobblestone. Because it's ugly. And another crafting table for the storage room. For Nacy, put some coal in there. We gonna make chests. Okay, actually, we gonna dig more room, because I don't have anywhere to put chests right now. Because I got distracted by the coal. Moth, flame, we've been over this. So usually if I do a storage room, I do the thing where they're like stacked on top of each other with a item frame on the side of the chest to like maximize storage density. But I'm lazy and don't feel like doing that. So we're just gonna do like, how high am I? Do I hate this? Here's what I'm thinking, is I could put like a sign here and a sign here to label them, and then I could put a barrel here and here, and that might be an okay setup that I wouldn't hate, because I could then have one sign saying like what's in the top, bottom, and barrel for each little storage module. Let's try it out. Except also, how do I make barrels? Everybody keeps saying use barrels. I don't know how to make them. I need slabs. Slabs are what? That's slabs. Okay. Got me some barrels. Okay. Feeling good about this. No! You can't. Oh, you can't. Oh, they don't count. Oh. Now I'm mad. There. Now I can put signs in the middle that just point left, right, and do the thing. Okay. That should be enough for now. I want to fill in this hole so badly. That's usually how I feel when I see an appealing hole. This is a family-friendly show. This is not a family-friendly show. Okay. We've got our 2 terabytes of storage. Very, very good. Let's start filling it up. So we're gonna do. Okay, let's see. What are categories? We need ore and metal, and then over on the other side, what we're gonna do monster stuff. Here we'll do wood and woods, and then over here we'll do stone and stones. Okay, now down here, I'm gonna need to. This is not gonna work. Okay, spare adviger, and then tools. Well, let's figure it out. Just dump everything. First things first. Get everything out of inventory into boxes. Okay, we're gonna change this. We're just gonna change it as we go. Instead of monster stuff, we'll do mob drops. Easy. See? I never know if that's a good way to classify things as just like mob drops, you know? But things that get dropped from mobs seems fair. I am gonna classify food as spare adviger. Include food, tools, stone stuff. Stone stuff includes like all the bullshit, not stone but still stones. Know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay, I don't have a like random bullshit. We're gonna change mob drops to like random items. Just like that. Basically like any kind of like just item. I hate that, but it's gonna have to do for now. Okay, let's see if we can empty the rest of our crap. See, this is what I need to be doing. Like I know it's tedious, but I have to be putting in the effort to prove that the Fort Authority is the authority. And you can't be the authority and a fort if you don't have a storage room that's organized and like decent operations ongoing. If I bring a foreign ambassador back to the Fort Authority, they need to be impressed. So that's what I'm going to focus on for a bit. Okay, I think we're close. This might be the last inventory run. Okay, really coming up on limitations. Okay, instead of stone stuff, we're just gonna expand this to blocks. Inclusive. If it doesn't work anywhere else and it is block shaped, it goes here. All right. We did it. We've got some semblance of, we have more than one room in our base. We're just gonna keep building it up. We're gonna make it even better. All right, grab all this crap. Don't need this anymore. Don't need this sign anymore. I'm gonna move my bed. I need a bedroom. Okay, and this is my grand foyer. All right, let's make it more grand. I want the foyer is nowhere near the level of grand I was looking for. So some stairs. I've hit my head. Damn, that's so much more grand. Okay, clear these out. Here's what I'm gonna do is dig out around here. So this was gonna be a mining place, but I've kind of like got a different setup for that now, which is fine because that means that I can go like make a little around way, sometimes called a hallway, and have like my bedroom be back here behind the grand foyer. Isn't that cool? I should really make this entire base one block lower. Oh well. I'll pay that price eventually, but for now, I'm not doing that. Here, how about instead of making the entire place one block lower, I'll go one block lower down. It's gonna be like a down step into my bedroom. That was like a whole thing, right? Like in the 70s or something. I don't know if that was the 70s or earlier, but I know that like downstepped rooms was a thing. They used to just like be in houses, like a room that's like, oh yeah, watch your step down into this room. It's sunken for some reason. It's just like an aesthetic choice that we had. Anyway, now we just have big open floor plans and everything is gray because emotion is difficult and we don't want to feel it. Certainly not at home. I've got a minor flooding situation here, it seems. Interesting and fascinating. Let's explore. Am I gonna have like a little water access in my bedroom? Like, what do we got going on over here? I maybe had a goal at some point that I was gonna like do. Maybe. I don't remember what it was. If there is a clip earlier in this episode, water. If there's a clip earlier in this episode that includes my goals, I do not recall what they were. I want to get stuff. So now I've got like a secret underwater entrance. And by that, I mean, I've flooded my bedroom. So we're just going to go ahead and close that off. Figure that out later. But let's expand a bit. Oh, I want like a window, like an underwater porthole window. Oh, that's a good idea. I need sand so I can make glass for that. Let's find sand. This is important. This is more important. Is it nighttime? Oh, too bad. We're gonna find sand. That looks like it has sand. Here, let's use the ship of death. The ship has killed a lot of things now. But let's just take it real quick over here. They're not gonna notice a little bit of sand missing. They won't notice. It's fine. Plus, once they find out that it's for a good cause, like once they know that it's for my like cool underwater bedroom window, they'll be like, yeah, go ahead, take our natural resources. That's fine. Look at all those melons. Oh my goodness. That's just something special. Let's go get some melons. Hey, melon boys. Do you need light? Unclear, but that one just grew, so I'm taking that as a good sign. Get in my pockets. I got melons. Okay. You're still growing, I think. I think I need to... Yeah, you have to extract the seeds from the slices. It's awful that I can't just eat the melon slices and spit out the seeds. Why can't I do that? Someone call up Gabe Newell, who did not make this game, and yell at him about that. Thank you. I got sand so I can make glass. So let's do that. That's what I was supposed to be doing. Ooh. Let's put these other furnaces back down and get them working again anyway. Okay, got some glass. So now I want to be like, wabam. Wabam. See? Wait. There. Okay. I might need to go outside and do some repairs from out there. Let's find out. Okay, going in here. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna... Nope, that's the wrong block. That's that. Whatever. Okay, stay there. We just need a little bit of that. I'm totally gonna make like an underwater entrance. Like I'm gonna have to rework this eventually, but for the time being, why do I have limited breath? I feel like I should have more breath than that. If only there was a way to breathe water in this game. Some kind of potion, perhaps. But unfortunately, that is fully impossible. Okay, no, well now this is just... This is just getting to be a mess. But at this point, I'm committing. So I've got to extend it. This is fine. Okay, we're going to extend this out a bit. This will be the basis for the pier eventually. I'm trying to beat the game right now. Can't you tell that I'm trying to beat Minecraft? Is it not obvious? I'm such a good builder. Okay, this is going great. Look how pretty this is. This is going to be so cool when I'm done. I'm just terrible at it. This was so not necessary. Like, this was just so not necessary, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay, yeah, this is the part where it's going to be a huge mess for a bit, but you got to break a few eggs before you can have egg all over your floor. Only in this case, it's water. My bed is a little waterlogged. That's okay. I've slept on wet sheets before. This is going to go on like a Minecraft Builder Hall of Fame, like, look at how good this build is, kind of like account. Some kind of like epic builds of Minecraft curator account is gonna pull this up and be like, wow, this is just special. This is just something else. They're gonna be like, I really like his use of all the different shitty stones everywhere and how the blocks bounced around a lot. It really brought a lot of unique personality to the build. What are you doing? Like, what is even happening here? Get out of there. Okay. Beautiful. Incredible. Wonderful. I kind of want to make it a cross. Because Jesus, I guess, but mostly to make it look cooler. I need more glass for that. That's cool. That's cool. See, now the next step is going to be to make it a glass underwater, like, bridgeway. That brings me to my other secret layer, where I do all of my less than legal experimentation. Look at all the fish and kelp. Okay, well now I've got a bedroom. I do want to clean up all the walls and shit, but I have spent far too much time trying to make this box appear. I'm going to leave it now. Okay, feeling good. Let's go back to adventuring, I think. I've got food. I've got a crafting table. Do I have enough wool? I do. Let's make a travel bed. Okay. Feeling good. Let's go take on the world. The entire world. I think we sail. What is this? Is that a Mushi? Mushi biome. Big Mushi biome. Hold on. Big Mushi. All right. Let's head to the Big Mushi. Unexpected kelp? What is this? What's going on here? Oh, is this a shrine thing? I don't know how these work. Do I need looks like I do need it. There are bogeys. But maybe I can just kind of like swim in and... Is there like stuff in here? Oh, wow, that's a lot of bogeys. Ah, I'm dying. Okay, I don't want to deal with the bogeys right now. I have a mission, and that mission is Mushi's. Okay, I'm getting bogeyed. I would like to leave now. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. We're running as fast as we can. Holy shit. That wasn't a bit... I wasn't trying to, like, mess with them. I didn't know they were going to do that much damage. Let's get on some land and eat some food. Heal? Holy crap. What, did it have, like, a trident or something? Or was it just, like, on me? I wiggle my shield in anguish. Alright, let's calm our nerves by getting to the Big Mushi. I'm gonna get a Mushi cow, let me tell you. I think you can, like... You can, like, drag a cow into a boat, right? And then, like, drag the boat behind you. If I wanted to get a Mushi cow. So is it Big Mushi or is it too... No, it's a whale-shaped Mushi! Oh my god, hold on. I might change my base. Because I'm pretty sure monsters can't spawn in a Mushi biome. I think I know that. I think I've heard that before. Because if we just discovered the whale Mushi, like, Fort Authority is great, But the Mushiwhale? That's my deity right there. Is this like an ancient god? Okay, so yeah, it's like a little submerged. You can imagine, like, here's the body, right? Here's like, this would be the tail, right? It's an ancient giant Mushiwhale that has lodged itself into this plane. So let's dock and take stock. Okay, first things first, we sleep. No, I can't sleep yet. Look at the mushy cows! There's so many of them already! Okay. This is a big deal. I don't know what you do with mushy cows, but they exist and I love them. Okay, so we're gonna go sleep. I didn't expect to discover an ancient deity when I was like just going for a quick explore. I thought I was gonna discover like resources. All right, what do I do with these? Can I milk them? Cow, I'm coming to you with a bucket. Hello, do you want to get milked? That's just milk. That's just normal milk. That's just milk. Okay, what if I kill you? Do you drop anything interesting? Like, that's just beef. I'm sorry I killed your friend. You look horrified. But what is the point? There was like a whole point to the mushy cows, right? There's so many of them. Why are there so many mushy cows? I'm assuming it's because it's they're the only things that can spawn here. Is that more mushy over there? What the fuck? Okay, it's just like Land of the Eternal Mushi. Hot damn. All right, well let's edit this. Ancient Isle of the Mushiwhale. Okay. Let's check this out. What secrets are you hiding from me? Keepers of the Mushi. If I am correct in that monsters can't spawn in Mushiland, which I might not be correct, but if I am correct, does that count for like underground? Like, is this a safe spelunking zone because of the guardians up top with all the mushrooms on their heads? Gonna have to assume I don't see any monsties, so I'm gonna have to take that as confirmation of my theory. I want to not be in this trench anymore. I fell. This is a deep trench. The hell? I'm so overwhelmed with the possibilities and also being stuck, presumably around the name tag. I want to go explore a little further, but how do I get back? I don't see nobody. I think this is a safe zone. I think we are protected by the deity. I mean, I guess I could move here. I just made my storage room. You know what? I should probably not colonize sacred land, you know? Now, where do I presume my boat is? There it is. We ride. Or paddle. So I'm just going to go northy way around the whale god. See what we discover. And then we're probably going to wrap it up. Because I have a lot of vacuuming to do. And that's not a bit. I have to go vacuum a lot. Because Flynn is currently has decided that having fur is not fun anymore. And so he's just been shedding all of it off. He still has plenty of fur on him. But you wouldn't know it if you walked around my house. What is that? What are you? What are you? What is that color? Is that just a sand block? Is it nope. It's a firefly bush. There's stuff down there. There's like glowy anemones. Anemones. What are those? Are these sea cucumbers? Am I getting in the cucumber business? What is all this? It's like a reef. Wait, what? Oh yeah, they did like an oceans update. Oh yeah. I remember that. Are these? They're sea pickles. Oh my goodness. Okay. What do you do with a sea pickle? Why? I don't know if it's pronounced Mojang or Mojang, but regardless, hey, studio, why? Why are there sea pickles? What do I do with them? Boy, howdy, this is a lot of ocean. If I find Badlands, which I think I just did, yeah. Oh, it's game over. Your boy is gonna get some terracotta. Oh, we found the baddest lands. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to contain my excitement. I'm not containing my excitement. I'm very excited. Is Buns. What's up? You're so hoppy. I like how I just set up my base and then left. just peaced out. Here's the problem, is that I really like Badlands as a vibe. Should I move? I don't think I should. I should just like grab stuff and bring it back. What are you? Nothing. But maybe there's like a temple or something. I don't immediately see anything of significant interest. Except, hello? Hello? Mineshaft? Okay. Okay. I'm saving this for next time. I can't start this right now. I straight up can't. Let's put down the bed. Okay. The sun's going down. We're gonna sleep so that I don't die. Maybe I need to make like a forward operating base of some kind. And now we watch the sunrise over the baddest lands. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today for Minecraft Sisyphus Edition. My name is Endeavorance. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. Take care and be well.